Hello,
Hello.
and welcome to the first ever episode of.
Ever do it.
So, what's the takeaway?
So what is the takeaway?
This week, it's a good start. We don't have a takeaway. Only because I'm more popular than Joel, and I have things on, so you don't have time
Literally.
to do stuff. Yeah, that's the reason. I have friends outside of this. Not to insult you or anything.
No, of course not. No, I appreciate it, man. Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, we've never done this before, which is it sort of explains the complete awkwardness of the situation.
It'll get cut out.
It'll get cut out.
Just the entire thing. You just see that's the takeaway, and then a blank screen. That's all. It's like,
Yeah, that'll be it.
I'll just cut out all the bad stuff, which is everything apparently.
Inside of it. They'll be like one good joke, and you'll cut that in, and then cut back to that. Just. Well, we have a Patreon, and all of our subscribers are going to get the unedited versions of this. Because in all honesty, it's going to be a shit show. So, I should have called it that. Should have called it a shit show.
It's going to be a shit show.
Yeah. Just a new title every week, but always episode 1. It's a shit show. That's not half a bad idea to me, anyway.
About my brother wanted to start a band with me called Shitty Renditions.
I think so. Wait, you might have done. Why?
It was either Shitty Renditions or Edgelords and the Edgy Boys. But it was just because my mum came in while me and my brother were singing really badly, and my mum just goes, "What a shitty rendition?" And my brother goes, "That's the name of that band."
Isn't that how Daft Punk got their name? Because they had not an interview.
That
sorry,
one comes in and like, what?
The mom's going to the garage where they're like, "Whoa, that's good." And mom's like, "It's a bit Daft Punk." It's Daft Punk. No, they were doing a show.
Can you imagine just Daft Punk's mum and dad? It's just.
They've also got masks on,
yeah.
except that she's got a wig over the mask. Dad's got a mask, tie, a sweater.
Yeah.
Proper like American 50s. Like,
They don't talk either.
Now, sport. I don't think. That's terrible. No, they were doing a show, and the title of one of the reviews was like, "Oh, it was an awful show," but they called it a bunch of Daft Punk, and they were like,
This is pretty good.
"Well, yeah, it was stick with us. It's pretty good." Shitty Renditions is not a bad name for a band, though.
That's how the Animals got their name. I remember reading a vinyl case once because I'm the most boring man alive. And
You're my granddad.
yeah, and no, it literally just said like because they were described as animals on stage because they had such a stage presence, and they were like, "Hey, I like that."
Oh, so I was watching Jimmy Fallon because Macaulay Culkin was on it. No, he was. So he's got a new Twitter.
Yeah.
Now
this one doesn't follow you.
that doesn't follow me. Which upsets me now because I can no longer say that Macaulay Culkin follows me.
Right.
Because that was my only claim to fame, ever. That was the only thing I had going for me. That Macaulay Culkin, home of Home Alone fame, followed me on Twitter, but doesn't anymore. So that's.
I think you're fine. He's also of My Girl.
My Girl. That's what I was. No, that's what I'd say because he's got a new. No, he's got a new website with it's sort of like The Onion, and one of the first articles he's got is Macaulay Culkin interviews the swarm of bees from My Girl, which is just so fucking funny. But like the premise of that film, doesn't he go out to find her mood ring or something in the woods?
Yeah, he gives her a ring, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And then she drops it in the woods, and that's what he goes.
And then just sends him off to do. Does he?
No, she doesn't know he's out there. That's why she's so upset when she finds out he's died.
It's just Bridge to Terabithia. Well, Bridge to Terabithia is just let's make everyone cry because we've just murdered a child.
No, but real talk, everyone cried at Bridge to Terabithia.
Oh yeah, no, I did fully. My mum, it was like last year. Me and my brother were watching it in the front room, and we were both just in tears. And I go through to the dining room, and I'm still crying. And Mum's like, "What were you crying for?" And I was like, "I was watching Bridge to Terabithia." Honest to God, the worst film ever just because it's done this to me. And she was like, "No, it's good that you're a boy that shows his emotions." And I was like, fuck off. I'm a man and I'm crying. Pure strength. I've never cried in my life. No, I've just never cried ever. No, but yeah, no. It's one of those endings of a film where you just sort of like, oh.
Yeah, because she's just like, doesn't she get his dog or something? I can't remember.
Well, British Dorothy, he gets her a dog. They are like a mystical imagination realm, and
yeah, and like that was what it was. Because I remember watching the trailer and being like, "Oh, this looks really cool." But then when I watched the actual film, like the actual mystical realm wasn't really in it that much.
No.
And I was a bit disappointed. And then she died. He died. One of them died.
Yeah.
And I was even more disappointed.
Now the thing is, though, end of that film, because he goes on. The reason he's not there is because he's gone on a trip, or he went with one of his teachers to a museum, like an art museum or something. Because it was an art museum. Because she gets him the like paints and stuff, and after she's died, he pours them all into the river that she fell into. Like, these are for you, or some dumb shit. But yeah, no, he went to an art museum. She's
downstream going.
She's not dead. They just find the body coated in paint. Like, she would have lived, but she ingested quite a lot of acrylics. And it's like, you just sat there like, shit. No, yeah, he was at an art museum, and he comes back and finds out she's dead. And then there's a funeral and everything, the teacher's there. And then, I'm pretty sure, like, one of the very last things that happens in the film is the teacher's like, "Oh, how are you holding up?" And he's like, "Really good, yeah." And then he sees her, the girl, run like through a room or something, because he's not like a ghost or anything, but he's just sort of seeing her because he misses her. And he's like, "Oh, if we next time we go to that art museum, can we bring her along with us?" And like, that's a really meaningful ending to a film. But if that happened in real life, you're currently no. Can we just dig her up? Why not? Just stick her. No, he was like, because he sees like a ghost or something, and he's like, "Oh, can we bring her along next time? She's like next time we go." And the teacher's like, "Yeah, of course." Like, because obviously this dumb kid thinks she's still alive, or hasn't got over it 2 days after it's happened.
Fucking idiot.
What
is he, a lover or something?
No, but and then she's like, "Yeah, of course." And that's a really beautiful ending to a film. But saying that, in real life, if you were currently at the funeral of someone and someone turned around to you and went, "Next time we go to Asda, can we bring him with us?" You wouldn't be like, "Yeah, of course." You'd be like, "Oh, fuck, no." Are you mental? The fuck are you on about? We're not bringing them with us. Like, I understand you're 10.
No, she's fucking dead.
Yeah, like, do you not know where we are? That is dead person.
That's like the Scrubs bit. Like, where do you think we are? He's just like, poof. Ah.
Yeah. No, oh my god. I remember sat there watching it, and I was like, because I didn't clock it until he was like, so he had spent the entire episode just sat behind him, and I hadn't clocked it. Yeah. Like, the fact that he wasn't talking to anybody else.
He didn't have his camera either.
He didn't have his camera either. And I didn't clock it until he was stood talking to him, and he was in a tux, and he was just in casual clothing. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
They've killed off Brendan Fraser, star of such hit films as The Mummy and The Mummy Returns and Looney Tunes Back in Action. He's making a return to Hollywood, apparently.
Brendan Fraser. I know. I like Brendan. He's a nice dude.
You're on a first name basis with him. Me and Brendan. I'm taking him to Asda. Me and BF. Brendan Fraser.
BF's my BF.
No, yeah, no, I don't know how it's gonna... How can you tell people you're going to make a return to Hollywood without having any jobs on the go? Is he filming anything? Or is he just...
I'm coming back to Hollywood, and all the producers are just like...
I'm not Yikes. we're gonna make the Mummy 4, and they're like, no, Brandon, it's been
made the Mummy
rebooted.
4.
Yeah, it's Tom Cruise.
It's an extended universe with.
No, it's not.
It is.
It is, but it's not.
It's got Mr. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in.
That was
and
so
also
good.
a bunch of other things.
It's literally Dracula Untold, and then they fuck that off immediately. They're like, oh no, oh shit.
I don't think I ever watched Dracula Untold.
It's not good. It's not bad. No, it's bad. That's not. It's awful. It's really bad. I was trying to think of something good to say about it, and I couldn't. I guess the acting's all right, and the story is a pretty original telling of.
I like to try and think of like one good thing to say about a film.
Yeah, I do as well. Like, yeah, I didn't enjoy this and that.
The colours were nice.
You
know?
Yeah.
To be fair, Suicide Squad, the scene where they're all fighting the zombies the first time, and Will Smith's character's on a car,
was really
and they're all like putting their guns down, like shit, this dude's like fucking owning.
Yeah.
Like that was really cool, and I love that. But it was just the story, like everything down.
Separate characters of that film were fine.
Yeah.
Obviously, our favourite.
The Joker.
No, I was gonna say Slipknot.
Slipknot. Do you know? There's a list of things on IMDb or something that has people who are listed who have more screen time than Slipknot. One of them is Captain Boomerang's fucking unicorn.
Yeah.
That has more screen time than Slipknot. What else has more time? Literally everything.
Captain Boomerang's fucking pink unicorn.
Why is that in there? Is that in the books?
No.
Do you know?
No, of course it's not. They were like, edgy. Let's make it edgy. Let's make it as edgy as possible by giving him a pink unicorn. Because that's real random, you know? That's where comedy is. That's where comedy lies. Like, the one thing you can do to always, like...
Get off.
Get off.
Get a laugh. I said.
Get off.
Get a laugh. Is
in that Jordan Peele film, Get Off.
The one that won an Oscar recently.
Yeah, Get Off. And
you.
and
that's it. It's just some girl. And he's just like, oh, stop it. I've got a headache.
And Ed Sheeran's The Shape of You. I'm pretty sure that also won an Oscar, didn't it?
The Shape of You. It did.
Yeah.
With, Any more you got?
No, I'm done. That's it. Moonshine on the Moonlight. Well, that wasn't nominated, was it?
That was last year. That was a whole year ago. To be fair, it's about as topical as fucking Suicide Squad that came out in August of 2016.
It worries me that you know that just off the top of your head.
I went to go watch it.
Oh, you did, didn't you? You wasted money.
I did.
Actually, talking about lines, people having more lines. Spider-Man in Civil War has more lines than Superman in the second Man of Steel film. In Batman vs Superman, that entire film, Spider-Man has more lines than Superman, the protagonist of the film. But he's not even the protagonist of that film. Batman is.
Yeah.
The entire time, Superman.
Probably why they put his name first, to be fair.
But it is going to be a Man of Steel sequel.
It's Batman versus Superman. Yeah. But, wait, how many lines? He must only have like 4 or 5 lines.
He has like... Spider-Man has
Civil War.
40-something.
In Civil War?
Yeah, because he's Peter Parker as well.
Oh yeah, there's a little scene where...
And then he's at the end.
Yeah.
But Superman is barely in Batman versus Superman. And when he is, he's like...
Martha.
Yeah, he's like... You take my mom.
Hey, this is my mom.
But like...
What a shit film that was.
Yeah.
And then Wonder Woman just comes out of nowhere. And, they have that cheeky little line. It's like, she with you. I thought she was with you.
But we know...
Wonder Woman's like, haha. Why couldn't I just say that I'm supposed to be a strong, independent character? Why couldn't I
have seen the world in peril and come to save it?
It's literally like... Yeah, it's just really weird that they didn't have her have a line there.
Well, that's
like,
the thing, though.
It would have been better. It's like, is she with you? I thought she was with you. And then her just go around like, I can hear you.
Bruce Wayne spent the entire fucking film emailing her. And then he was like, I thought she was with you. And Superman's like, clearly not.
Like,
absolutely not. You've just tried to murder me and she didn't jump in. But now there's a big grey Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fucking shit up. Now there's an issue.
Like, there was a big great... The plot of that film is that a robot that looks vaguely like Batman is fighting Superman and then isn't. And a big grey Ninja Turtle created by...
The Riddler. Yeah.
Created by Jesse Eisenberg. Because like
by Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
That nefarious evildoer.
But like, I can't see Jesse Eisenberg as an evil dude.
No.
You know?
I feel like that was on Mark Zuckerberg's to-do list. Invent Facebook. Destroy the world. That's his thing. Honestly,
I feel like Elon Musk is like the opposite of Mark Zuckerberg.
Save the world, delete Facebook.
Yeah, literally. I feel like Elon Musk was just like, get famous, do some dumb shit, save the world.
Yeah, probably.
He's currently in the do the dumb shit bit, like selling flamethrowers to people, but...
That's quite funny, though. If you got the money and the intellect to do it, why not? No, but is it now safe to say that Wonder Woman was not as good as everyone said it was? I know.
I feel like 2 years on, it's probably okay.
Well, there's still people out there who protect it as if it were their own child. I'm pretty sure Patty Jenkins is like, no, there were issues with it.
Who's Patty Jenkins?
The director. Yeah.
Well, clearly I know a lot about it. There obviously are issues with it. I've never seen it, but...
You've not seen it?
From what I've heard, it was like, wow, look at all this representation. And then Black Panther came along, and people were like, oh, so that's what it's supposed to be like.
Yeah. Legit. No, because the thing is, like, Wonder Woman's fast, which is cool. She can block bullets with the bracelets, which is cool. The first time you see it, it's really cool. But every other time she does it, it's not as cool. Because you know she can do it now. Show us something else. Show us, like, her cutting a bullet in half with a sword. Show us doing it fast, which they did in Justice League, to be fair. But it looked naff.
He shoots tried to shoot a bunch of civilians, and she just like jumps in the way. And he's just like doing some Bruce Lee stuff, catching bullets.
Yeah.
But like,
and it was just directed badly. Because Patty Jenkins, I reckon, would have done it a lot better. Also, what I think would have been good with the film is no Ares. Just have humans be bad people. Because humans are bad.
Humans are bad people.
I don't want to be saved. I just want to be told I've done wrong. Because, like, she's like, oh, there's definitely an evil guy the entire time. They're like, no, there's not. And she's like, yes, there is. And then she's right. And then what's the message? A woman's always right. I think not. Jesus Christ. No, but like...
That's the end of the video. That's what we're going.
No, but like, honestly... It would have been cooler if the entire film was her going, there's a big bad causing all of this evilness. And everyone was like, no, there isn't. And then there wasn't. And then she was like, I need to stay on Earth to make these humans better.
Yeah.
To give them something to...
she, like... Yeah, I understand.
Because now we've learned
Is there any, like, growth in that film? Like, is she kind of like... I really like the humans, that's why I'm going to stay. Or is it literally just like, I guess
because the implication with that is, the only reason humans ever do anything bad is because we're being made to do it. So like, why is the Joker doing it? Is that because Ares is there, like, ooh. But like, legit. Because then Ares dies and the humans are like, oh, we don't know why we were fighting. I guess the war's over?
Is that what they said in...
They didn't say it in the film, but we didn't really see closure.
Is Ares... Are they saying that Ares is responsible for World War One?
Yeah.
And thus two, probably.
Yeah, but he's dead.
What?
He dies at the end of World War One.
But he's immortal.
He gets killed by her god powers when she hits her wrists together real hard. And apparently that's...
And he goes... And it sounds like a bell, and it goes... Dong!
Yeah.
Everyone goes...
Everyone's like, ow. That hurt. But like...
It's the dumbest noise you could do. Why couldn't it just make... Why couldn't it make
like... A bang. An explosion noise.
Or maybe, you know, like...
sheep barring would have been... It'd confuse the enemy as well. They'd be like, "Let go!" They get hit, and she's like, "No, it was a sheep."
As she's slashing him, it was a sheep.
You idiot!
A sheep, I tell you.
No, wait.
That should be Wonder Woman's motivation all the time.
A sheep, I tell you.
Not even like that. It's just like when she's trying to get attention by people, they're just like, doom, and they're all like, doom, doom. Guys.
No, it was bad. The ending could have been a lot better. And also Steve Trevor being like, I have to do this. And she's like, no, I'm immortal and completely, like, safe from explosions and shit. Let me fly the plane. And he's like, no, I've got this. And she's been deafened by something.
Because immortal people could do that.
Yeah. And I was like, why didn't she just fly the plane and then come back and fight Ares? He's not going anywhere.
What? Is there going to be any tension in any DCU film from now on?
No.
Now that Superman, like...
Can come back from the dead.
Batman's still just a dude, but, like, Batman's never going to die. And...
Yeah.
Wonder Woman is immortal. And then we have, like, Barry Allen, who I genuinely really liked.
Yeah.
In the Justice League film.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, Ezra Miller, so yeah. Because he's just outstanding. And
he is a very good actor, yeah. He's brilliant in Perks of being a Wallflower. No, but Wonder Woman had flaws. Massive flaws that people just didn't want to point out because they were like, ooh. Like, I understood it meant a lot for a lot of people. Good. I'm happy about that.
If you want a role model, that's
great.
But
you can't deny that a film has flaws.
Yeah. People may not watch them, but, like, at the same time, like, the series of unfortunate events with Jim Carrey is fucking great, and it's amazing. Yeah. And they managed to condense all the books into one really good film and keep everything important in there, and the pacing was okay.
The guy who played him?
Sorry?
What's the name of the guy who played Count Olaf in the Netflix one?
Neil Patrick Harris did it.
I was thinking Philip Seymour Hoffman, because it's just a triple barrel name. I feel like he might be quite dead. That
would have been real different if we just had, like, a Weekend at Bernie's type thing.
Didn't he die, like, halfway through filming Hunger Games?
No, he just finished, I think.
Had he?
I think he'd finished his scenes, yeah.
It sounds awful, but do you know Heath Ledger hadn't finished doing his scenes for Dark Knight?
No, he finished Dark Knight.
Had he?
Yeah, he didn't finish his scenes of Mr. Bagurium's Magic Emporium.
Oh, yeah, which is why they changed all the characters, like, they changed him every now and again. Because how many other actors played him? It was Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger played bits.
Yeah.
Jared Leto, but he had a gold tooth thing.
Yeah. Jack Nicholson, ages ago.
Yeah. Cesar Romero. Whole thing.
Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
Roger Moore. Died recently, Roger Moore.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that. That's upsetting.
Roger Moore was Kieran, who's doing the TV drama with. Roger Moore is his favourite Bond. And he had told my friend Jake this, and Jake came up to me and he said, Roger Moore is his favourite Bond. And I looked at him and I said, you're wrong.
Incorrect. That's
just like
a bad fact.
There's three in there. Like, there's 3 Bonds that you can choose from, really.
What do you mean?
Like,
there's more than 3 Bonds.
Well, no, there's 6 Bonds, I know that, but like Daniel Craig,
Sean
Connery, and I guess Pierce Brosnan is probably the three best ones.
No, what's his name? The one who was in
Hot Fuzz.
Yeah. I forget his name.
Let's see.
He was in Chuck as well, the TV series that everyone should watch because it's. Sponsor us, Chuck. I know you finished 10 years ago, but I miss you. It's such a good show. It's so good. Excellent character development. And
we watched the first episode together, and because we'd spent so long trying to find it on a completely legal website, that it was like 2 a.m. when we finished watching it.
Yeah.
Like, let's go to sleep.
Yeah. So I've watched it the whole way through, whereas Joel here has only seen the first episode, which is real upsetting for me because...
Yeah, it can only go downhill from here, really. Let's be honest. I feel like that's the takeaway.
That is the takeaway. You can only go downhill from here. That's what we've learned.
No, I feel like the actual takeaway is films have flaws, and that's okay.
Unless you're Suicide Squad.
Unless you're Suicide Squad, which you... Unless you're DC, and you are getting millions of dollars pumped into you, it's inexcusable for it to be a bad film, I think.
Yeah, you can't give that to your audience and be like, this is what we've made. It's like, you know when you used to make pasta stuff for your mom? Like, at school, you made like a pasta card with pasta stuck to it.
Yeah.
It's like going home when you've eaten the pasta. They just took the money and didn't really do much with it.
Yeah. And I feel bad because David Ayer, I think, can be a very good director.
Yeah, that's the thing. They keep pulling people into it. They just don't need... Will Smith. Why? He made that film, Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Like... And Jared Leto's not a bad actor either.
No, he's not bad. He's just not good as the Joker.
Mm.
And we watched the extended cut.
Which is apparently better.
Which is... It gives a little bit more depth to some of the characters.
Except Slipknot, who still has 3 lines and then dies.
Oh my god.
Oh, so I think that should be the takeaway. Don't die.
Don't
Because
die.
it's bad for you. It's bad for your health.
Can only go down from here.
It can only go down from here.
Except if you Slipknot, which you go
Up.